guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna, and for those of you who are new here, welcome. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. Here on my channel, I do planner and planner related videos with the occasional new release video of items that I've listed to my Etsy shop. And if that is of interest to you, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you hit that little notification bell, you'll always be notified of when I do load a new video. And if you could also comment, like, and share this video, that would be amazing. So I'm working on my June setup. So we're going to be working on the cover page as well as the monthly overview and then my monthly goals page in this video. And I'm going to keep these because I sort of like to not pre-plan, but because I'm making all of the spreads myself, I'll just use this either for July or August because I think I actually have a sticker or post it for July, and there's no point in wasting that. And what I'll do for this cover page, and this basically will just say June 2019, is I wanted to do it over 2 pages because this is the last week that I did in May. And I didn't want to do like a recap or anything, and this is truly just to get me to the monthly overview, which will be right here. So I thought, well, let's just make an entire spread for just saying June 2019. Now, the way that I have this envisioned is I will be using these sticker packs that I picked up from Amazon, and I'll link them below. And then I'll probably be putting a quote from the Mambi sticks. If I can find it, I'll link it below. But this I purchased a long time ago, and yeah. But I'll put June 2019 down the center and then kind of flank it with these flowers. So because of placement, I'm going to actually write in the June 2019 first. Let me get this out of the way. And this is my Happynichi, and I'm working on the June cover page and monthly overview for just my regular planner section. I have a separate planner section for my social media and my business, and so I will be keeping that in a separate video. And I'm just freehanding it. I mean, luckily June is a very short word, so I know I'll have space. But it could have been very bad had I done a month like September and not done some sort of pre-planning. So we've got June, and they look to be roughly all the same size. Again, I'm not looking for perfection. I'd like it to look nice. Does not need to be perfect. And I've been thinking about this, and I think part of the reason why I was not very successful when I tried to do bullet journaling a couple of years ago is because all of my inspiration, it still does, comes from Instagram and YouTube, and those who seem to have made bullet journaling on Instagram and YouTube a career, of course their spreads are going to be flawless and they're going to be gorgeous, and they absolutely are, and I'm not taking away anything from that. But then when yours don't, then you get into this, at least I do, into this whole, well, it's a lot of work. I'm not getting the payoff that I'm seeing that they're getting. Of course, they've been doing it for a lot longer and all of that, but it can be discouraging. So I don't look for perfection. I'm not looking for it to be, well, I'm going to put it on Instagram, but whether it stacks up comparison-wise, yeah, that's for someone else to judge. That's not for me. But yeah, I'm a lot, and it's not like I'm a lot older than I was because it's literally like a year and a half ago. But I guess because I've been in the happy planner community, and that thing is sort of a thing that I struggle with, where you see all of the bigger channels and they've got the beautiful spreads and all the things, and they just always seem to know what they're doing, and there's just so much confidence. I have confidence in myself, kind of, but sometimes the vision I have in my head and what actually happens in life on a spread is not the same thing. It just does not always stack up that way. But yeah, so if you are, in your own journey, just don't be so hard on yourself. Don't think, oh, well, it's not as pretty as this person, or it's not as perfect as that. It doesn't matter. It's yours. This is supposed to help you get through your days, help plan. And I don't want to say plan a happy life, because, not every day is happy, but at least it can help give you some structure. I don't know, that's just my thoughts. So these are and I've used them before, but these are the washi stickers that I picked from Amazon. And you know me, I love me some Amazon. And it's really because they have just a variety of things, and the shipping is, if you have Prime, is free, and if you don't, it's relatively not too costly. It's been years since I haven't had Prime, so I couldn't tell you what it is for shipping without Prime. But, and I've mentioned this before, if I were to order from Michael's or Hobby Lobby, I have since discovered it's not actually the same for Joann's, but for Michael's and Hobby Lobby, whatever their shipping deals are, so if they offer free shipping, if you notice in the fine details, that does not apply to Alaska or Hawaii. Okay, I could deal with that. I could deal with just paying regular shipping. But on top of their regular shipping, and they don't offer you any kind of free shipping, then if you are in Alaska or Hawaii, they charge you extra shipping. So for, like, let's say I can get something on sale, a Happy Notes for $5. I'd still have to pay $25 for Michael's in order to get that product. So when I use Amazon, it's because everyone who has Prime gets the same shipping. And if you don't have Prime, then you get the same shipping, pretty much regardless of where you are. Now, they are huge. I get that. So, I get the volume drives what kind of cost they can charge, but it just hurts my heart to think I have to pay $25 to get a $5 notebook shipped to me. That's why I make my own things, just because I either can't source it here or it's just super expensive to purchase it. So I'm just testing out some layouts here. Don't want it to be too over the top. That's a lie. I do, but I want it to look nice and be over the top. I kind of like the gold, but I think I'll stick to the black and white. I wish they had this facing the opposite direction, but they don't. And then I kind of wanted a quote. Well, you know what? Let's keep this here like that. So we've got kind of a something going on. And then let's look at this one, because they are different, and see if this gives us any options. Now this, and I don't know if you can say it because it's gold foiled, but it says, habit is what you like. And I'm not really sure what that means. Now, based on the writing here, I think this was made in China, because Korean writing has circles in it, and this doesn't have any circles. So I'm pretty sure this is Chinese. And sometimes in the translations, they don't always come out I mean, it might make sense in whatever the Chinese translation was, but in the English version, ooh, okay. In the English translation, not so much. So maybe that's what's going on there. Oh, I do like that rose, but I kind of like this circle. But maybe we'll use this in our monthly overview. I wonder. Because this actually would make a really cute, if you were just doing a half sheet of your cover. Well, let's just test this. Oh, I was wondering if you could just write on this middle bit, because then if you had this sticker set, you could even, well, the pen seems to write nicely. I don't see any beading, so this probably will not run. I don't know that if you put a sticker on top of this, you know, like if you had June 2019 in one of your sticker books, if that would stick, because I have found that a sticker on top of the washi, you might have to put some additional adhesive. So June 2019, and I don't want this to go to waste, so I will use this in the next page. But yeah, that actually looks really cute. Let's see if it takes some color. And this is the Papermate Ultra Fine. Now there's definitely a coating to this, so before I stick it down, and that'll be in a little bit of time because I want to finish this one, I will do a smear test to see if it just stays at the top or if it actually sinks in and adheres, because if it smears, then I'm not going to use it, only because then it's going to mess up my other page. So yeah, we'll test that out. We'll put that to the side. But same rose there. Oh, see, now I thought I had my layout, but now I'm kind of digging these. I think this is, yeah, roses don't grow that way. So let's put that there. Oh, that look nicer up here. And a rose there. And they only go in that one direction. The butterfly is really pretty. And I like that it's pink on this side. I kind of wish it was pink, but it's actually gold. But I like the mandala action. And it might actually be easier, although there's a glare, but that's the next one. Ooh, that one's really pretty. Yeah, I don't know that I want to introduce gold in this right now. This one is nice. Kind of like the lace action. Because I like the rose, I don't like what it says. And I like that. Because it seems kind of top heavy. Yeah, because that one is particularly dark. And it's on clear paper, so I don't foresee it getting any lighter when we put it down. So do we, yeah. Maybe if we cut some of it off, it won't seem so dark. I'll put that there. Yeah, let's go with this. Let's put this down. mention the last time I used these, they can be a little tricky to take up, but I find if you just bend it, then it does make it a little bit easier. And they are very thin. I mean, they are washi stickers, so they are a very papery kind of sticker. And if you're careful, you can lift it up, but I don't advise it if at all possible. So we've got that one down. And this one. And it does look hand-drawn without having to draw. That's why I really like them. Because I normally go more for the watercolor type of stickers that Happy Planner has, but I like that this kind of mimics it like a doodle. But a really nice doodle that I didn't have to do myself. So yeah. I'm actually I think I'm going to fast forward through the rest of this one, and then when I get to the end of it, then, or at least the end of this section, because we're doing 2 different sections in this video, then I will bring you guys back. I don't necessarily want to cover up that it's the June, so yeah, that's good. And I will see you guys in just a little bit. guys, so that's my cover page, and I thought I put a quote here, but I think it would be too big, and I should have put a quote like in a corner somewhere, but that's fine. If you saw, I was struggling with this corner here because it wasn't looking right to me. And then when I put the stickers down, I didn't want to put more because I think it would have been too busy, but it also seemed too plain. And I think the dots help, kind of. Kind of looks like my page has measles, but whatever. Okay, so that's that one there. And let me put this back in here before I lose it. So that goes in the planner section. And that's this page right here. And then we'll do our monthly goals, and this is the week that we're going to be going into. And that video actually went up before I'm even doing this, so I am a little behind in setting up these pages, but I figured of items of importance and priority, I'd rather have my week waiting for me than these things here. So again, I will hold on to these because I can recycle them actually. I want to get my May one out. And this is another part of the bullet journaling that I did enjoy in my Loish term because there is some, it's very relaxing when you are drawing in things, but it's also very tedious. So the beauty of the Happy Planner or the Happy, wait, I don't want to, so that's that way. So that's that way. Okay, sorry. The beauty of having a planner system in your Happy Planner is that you can take things out. And I cannot stress the absolute functionality of that. And I'm just marking out my dots. And I am putting it one row lower than I did last month, just because I had to put the days of the week at the bottom. And so I just wanted to be a little bit more mindful of this time around. And so if you were doing a bullet journal in a traditional bullet journal, then you would not be able to do this. You would not be able to take your page out and then use it as a guide to put your bullets. And you'd have to measure and count every single time. And no thank you. So, and I find that with this, if you use a quick drying gel, and I guess because it's so thin it is quick drying, then you won't get as much smudging, because if you use like a Papermate Flare, you'll definitely get a darker line, but then the smudgeability factor increases exponentially, or you will just have to wait a few seconds. And if you're like me, that's just a few seconds too long. Now I will be doing a monthly overview in my social media section, and that one I plan to freehand, and I might freehand this one in the future. It just, I guess because it is going to be so small, because my monthly overview in my social media, and I will have a separate video for that, is on 2 pages. This one is only on 1, so I don't know if it'd make a difference on how, well, it will make a difference because if I mess up, then my boxes get even smaller. So yeah, let's use that as a justification. So I'm just making my way across. And because you can now see how I did it, and these boxes are 4 boxes tall by 5 boxes wide. And then this extra bit was a mistake, but I actually kind of like it. And that one is 4 boxes tall and 2 boxes wide, just so that I can signify what week I'm in. Again, it was a mistake. I wasn't supposed to have that little section, but I decided to use it. And so once I'm done with all of this and putting in my numbers, because I do actually have to look at a calendar to see how this falls, then I will bring you back and we'll finish up the next couple of things. Mentioned, and I'll actually fast forward after I make this little note, but as I've mentioned, if you are working on a calendar where you are drawing everything in, and I mentioned this, I can't tell you what video that was, I think it was my 4-month at a glance. If you write in the days of the week on either side, so because this monthly calendar goes from Sunday to Monday, I'm going to put all of the Saturday dates there. I'm going to put all of the Sunday dates here. Two, 9, 16, 23, and 30. And then that way, if you mess up your counting, you will only mess up, hopefully, 1 week worth of numbers. Because if you get down here and 6 is there and you're like, wait, that's wrong, then you've only messed up here versus eventually finding that, no, I know that the end of the month falls on a Sunday because of whatever, and now you have to redo everything. But yeah, that's just a tip I hope you guys can use. All right, so back to the fast forwarding, and I'll see you guys when I'm done with this. Alright, so let's test the smudging. Oh good, it stays. I was worried it would smudge. Now, I think, yeah, that's too big for this section. And this isn't very decorative, and I may have to rethink this for the next month because depending on how July falls, let's look at that. I might have to do, instead of 5 boxes down, 5 segments, I might have to do 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, July should be okay. Because I'm not a huge fan of the half box there. For this one, I like to use it just so I know what week is coming up, but I'm not going to really write a lot in here, so it's not that bad. But for the other one that I am using in my social media, I actually plan to use that one. So let's put this here so we don't waste our sticker. So I'm happy knowing that these you can write on it, and I guess that means you can also color them if you let them dry. Now again, I only use the Papermate Flare, so if you are going to get these and then color them, you may want to test out what markers or what pens or whatever actually works. And it is a bit redundant because, you know, the other side says June 2019, but again, it's mostly because, oh, it does smear a little. Okay, well, don't rub it too much. I should have put goals here. That would have made more sense because that's kind of what this is going to be for, but no, whatever. And I'm actually going to try something. Now I've seen someone use, because this is basically, there is a sticker here, here, and here, and now this is just the leftover, the border of it. And I've seen someone who very meticulously cut out each single one and then use them so you really get the full effect of your sticker book. But I've tried that and it works, but you have to be super patient. But I have found that, well, okay, let's get it off the thing first. If you have more than one of these outline boxes together, it actually gives you a little bit more structure than if you were just dealing with one of them. And let's see if we can, and it's it's bad because these boxes are not centered above each other. So if you can see, this black box is not strictly in the middle of these three boxes. But you know what? Maybe one of our goals is just try to be more relaxed about things. But if we stick this on there, and again, because there's more of it versus just having one little flimsy box, now we've got essentially more stickers. Now this only really would work with a box sticker unless, you know, you're super creative, but I actually did this in another section of my planner, so I knew it would work. It's just, again, the execution of this one, because it's not fully centered, you know, it is bugging me a little, but that's okay. So we are going to have goal 1, goal 2, and goal 3. So, and I'll need to think about what my monthly goals are because I also have different goals that I put in my budget planner, which I also need to work on. And then maybe, because I did keep the stickers, maybe we'll just not waste and put that right here. Because I do have some of the little offcuts up there as well. Maybe we can use that. Because this is just what the leftover pieces were that had anything that could look like anything from the other page. I kind of don't like that the flower's on its side, but if you're looking at the calendar, then it's okay. Oh, I'm just being way too fussy about things. All right, so I'm not sure what's going to go in here first. Maybe it'll be like gratitude or something. Or maybe I'll put a quote there at the end of the month if I don't put anything here, but I didn't want to waste the space. But that is gonna look bad together. I'm not gonna lie. So for next month, yeah, maybe I'll put some boxes there. I don't know, that looks nice. Yeah, all right, so there is our June cover. And then we have got our June monthly overview as well as our goal page. And then we are working, and you know what? I'm just gonna put some clear tape over this because I really don't want it to smudge. And then that'll just seal it in. All right, so we've got a goal page that goes right into our first week of June. Hooray! Oh, you guys, I mean, it is a little bit of work. I mean, if I were just using my big happy planner, then, or my mini, because you know it's all mapped out, then you know I'd be done already. But I love how creative you can be in this, and yet it's, I mean, you take the page out, you do what you want, you use it as a guide, you put it back in, boom shakalaka, you're in business. Oh, just love this. I love this little book. All right, guys, well, that's enough gushing for me for one day, or for one video. I'm going to be doing lots of gushing and lots of videos today. But as always, aloha.